Here, I know you're gonna dig this.
They'll throw to second for one, and now they got the man trapped at third and tagging out.
And 2nd and 2, handoff goes to McCaffrey up the middle, finds a little room, lot more room, and he's off to the races.
Welcome to the In the Zone Sports Talk Radio Network. You're listening to the Just Us Sports Talk Show with your host, Kate Diggs from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, the small city with the large heart, and co-host Dana the Hater Clark from St. Petersburg, Florida. Also co-hosting Murray E. Baskerville from Gotta Be More Careful, Baltimore, Maryland. These are your hosts, bringing you the ultimate in sports news for the ultimate sports fan. Be sure to download the Try 99 TV app on any smart device and subscribe to In the Zone Sports Talk Television. The cost is $4.95. Thank you in advance for your support. Now sit back and prepare to get into another episode of the Just Us Sports Talk Show.
Here, I know you're gonna dig this.
What's up, everybody? How you doing? Good evening, everybody. July 15, 2024. I don't know where you at, but where I'm at, it's hot. It's hot. It's hot. It's like 100 degrees hot. You know what I'm saying? I ain't complaining because I like the heat. I like the heat, but some people don't like the heat. Oh, man. So, I mean, we got it's sports potluck. Everybody gonna bring something to the table today. But before we go on, I'm hoping Dana's on the line here because he's about to get roasted again. So Dana inboxing me, right, guys, and says, "Yo, somebody kicked me out of the chat room." No, he said it was something wrong with the chat room. I said no. He said, "But I'm not in it no more." I'm like, I'm looking, I don't see him, right? I said, well, maybe somebody actually kicked you out. So I put him back in there, and I go back down, and I see that he kicked his own self out. Like, what's going on? I'm like, what's going on with Dana? And then Dana's like, I was only going away for my birthday, but Dana don't know that the running joke is that last year about this time, your birthday was on a Monday last year, and you missed the show again last year. And I said to them, wait a minute, his birthday can't be on another Monday because it's a leap year, so that means it had to be on a Tuesday. So Dana, you was a butt of jokes last weekend, and again today, but it's all good. It's all love. It's all love. So we got Dana here, and we got Curry here. Curry, what's going on? How's everything?
Everything good. I hope everybody else is doing good too.
Dana, can you hear us?
I heard that.
Okay. So, baseball, is the Derby tonight or tomorrow? It's tomorrow, right? Or tonight? Tonight. See, that's how much I care. That's how much we care about the home run derby. Nobody knows when it is. I'm just, I don't know. I don't know what it is. It is one of those things. But got the home run derby tonight. I don't care who wins. They did change the format a little bit though, that you have more time to get more bats in. It's not consecutive, like you can call it timeouts or whatever the case may be to get your wind back and get your arm strength back. But it should be interesting. I'll find out who wins tomorrow morning when I wake up and watch ESPN. I didn't even watch no sports last night. I was up again late last night, guys, watching the Vikings. I'm in season 6, I think it is episode 8. It's just crazy. It's really crazy. It's a good show though. I'm liking it. I'm guaranteed soon as the show's over, I'm gonna go put a load of clothes in the wash machine. I'm gonna go back upstairs and watch it some more. But that's what my night is going to consist of. But anyway, in the MLB standings, and I'm going to go over something. I'm going to go over some power rankings because we're halfway through the season. I'm going to go over some other rankings that I kind of don't agree with. with Vegas, but I don't know. It's crazy how this thing goes down. So right now, the Baltimore Orioles are 58-38. They're a full game in front of the New York Yankees. Baltimore has won one game. They're 3-7 the last 10. The Yankees is 58-40, one game behind. They lost one game. They're 4-6 in the last 10. And Mo, I'm gonna get back to you on some Yankee stuff too, with somebody else. Boston Red Sox is 4.5 games out. What's up, Rich? You happy, Rich? See, you thought they weren't gonna do nothing this year. They in the thick of things, baby.
I mean,
4.5 games out.
I thought they were
They
going to fall
4.5 games
apart,
out.
but it looks like they're here to stay.
Yeah. 4.5 games out of first place. They won 2 games in a row. They're 7-3 in the last 10. They're the hottest team in that division. In the Central Division, you got Cleveland Guardians who 58-37. Lost one game, 4-6 in the last 10. You got the Minnesota Twins of 54-42. 4.5 games out of first place. They're 6-4 in the last 10. And Seattle is holding on by a string. Just holding on. They just holding on there. You know, a swift wind might knock them off. Seattle Mariners are 52-46. Lost 3 in a row, not good. 5-5 in the last 10. The road record is not really good. They're under 600. They're under six games under 500. Six games to get to 500 in away, so they got to get away better. They got when they go away, they got to play better. They lost 3 in a row. They're 5-5 in the last 10. The Houston Astros, who are 50-46, one game out of first place. Lost 2 in a row. 64 in the last 10. Texas Rangers are in third place at 46-50, 5 games out of first place. They won 2 in a row. They're 7-3. They're the hottest team in that division in the last 10. In the National League, Philadelphia Phillies are 62-34. Lost 1 game, 5-5 in the last 10. The Atlanta Braves are 53-42, 8.5 games out of first place. Won 1 game, 64 in the last 10. The New York Mets are 49-46. Hottest team in the division. Lost 1, but they're 7-3 in the last 10. Milwaukee, 55-42. Won 1 game, 3-7 in the last 10. St. Louis Cardinals are 50-46. Lost 1 game, 5-5 in the last 10. Pittsburgh Pirates are 48-48. Won 4 games in a row, 7-3 in the last 10. Hottest team in that division. And Chicago was in that division, right? Yeah, Chicago 7-3 in the last 10 also as well, but they're in last place. Out west, Dodgers 56-41. Lost 2 in a row. They're 3-7 in the last 10. Arizona Diamondbacks are 49-48. 7 games out of first place. Lost 1, 6-4 in the last 10. They don't have the team in that division, 6-4. You got the San Diego Padres who are 50-49. 7 games out of first place. Lost 1 game, 4-6 in the last 10. So, Mo, Dodgers lost a series to the Phillies, right? Mm-hmm. And so Patrick hit me up and gave me the 1-2-3 knockout punch where my boys get knocked out by losing 3 in a row to the Phillies. And I haven't been happy with this team for a while. A lot of injuries have crept up on us, especially in pitching. Hopefully that we get a couple of our starters back, Betts and I think it's Lux, or one of those guys that's hurt. But hopefully we can get Betts back. That will definitely help out with the bats. But we would we've had a general conversation talking about the game. And your Yankee fan, his co-host had something smart to say about the Dodgers, right? So I was like, he's like, yeah, you shouldn't be worried about anything because you like 23 teams. I'm like, man, that kind of got old real fast with 23 teams, right? So I said to him, well, you ain't gonna worry about it. I don't like the Yankees, and they start talking garbage. He's just talking trash to me, right? I said to him, well, last time I checked, when the Dodgers played the Yankees, they took 2 out of 3 in New York. I said, with the garbage pitcher staff we got, I said, so I'm going to drop the mic on that one, and I'll see you when I see you. And I put the look emoji. I was trying to find him, couldn't find him nowhere. You know what I'm saying? It's just, when you don't, I don't want to say I don't like the guy, but I don't like the guy. You know what I'm saying? It's probably something personal. I don't know what it is. But anyway, That was my story about the Dodgers. But looking at Milwaukee, they're holding on. Phillies and the Braves are really playing good baseball right now, even though nobody has. Everybody got 6-4. Detroit is 8-2. They're the only one that got 8-2 the last 10. I think this heat is really messing with a lot of these teams right now because there are a lot of games being played during the day, which is kind of surprisingly that they're not playing these games at night because of the temperature of the weather. I mean, temperature that these guys are playing in. I mean, when Dodgers played the Phillies, the average index was like almost 97. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just trying to figure out why they don't play those games at nighttime. I'm just trying to figure that one out. That just doesn't make sense to me. I don't know. I can see if they had to play a doubleheader or something like that, but
It's almost like it's almost like baseball tradition in July though. Like these are considered the dog days. You know, and they play in the heat, day or night. Like this is the worst time for baseball players.
It definitely is because I'm telling you right now that heat is out there kicking. Seattle's hanging on. Houston's right there coming up. Texas Rangers are hanging around. Cleveland's doing their thing. They've been probably the most consistent in the Central Division. In the East, American East, Baltimore Orioles. Mo was saying that they should have Yankees should have swept them, and Verdugo he fell on a piece of grass or slipped on a piece of grass and missed the ball, and they ended up losing the game. So, it is what it is. In the wild card,
Hey, I know a lot of you guys.
Go ahead, Curry.
I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I know a lot of you guys don't remember it, but they used to play all the games in the daytime, and it hasn't been that long since Chicago Cubs started playing night games. It may have been 25, 30 years that they've been playing, but they used to play all their games in the daytime because they didn't even have lights in the stadium.
Yeah, ain't that crazy?
So, and if the game went to extra innings, they just delayed it to the next day. And you start off where you left off yesterday. But that's just telling my age right there.
Yeah. I remember the Cubs thing. When they finally got lights, man, them people were so happy. But I think a lot of it had to do with the crime that's in Chicago too. And nobody trying to go to a game in Chicago at nighttime. You walk away, you be as Bernie Mac would say, bucket naked because somebody's gonna take everything from you. You're gonna walk around with just your skivvy and a t-shirt on. But it's gotten a lot better. It got a lot better. Chicago, I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. In the wild card position, you got the Yankees, the Twins, the Red Sox, and the Royals. You got Houston sitting right there. So you look at this thing. I think the fight in the wild card, guys, is going to be between Minnesota and the Red Sox for real. I think the Yankees is a shoe-in, and Twins and Red Sox that's going to be a good battle for that wild card. Unless the Houston Astros act up and act a fool and come out and just start swinging, then it's going to be what it is. In the National League, you got the Atlanta Braves, you got the St. Louis Cardinals, the New York Mets, and the Arizona Diamondbacks, who went to the World Series last year. Padres is outside looking in, only by a game. Braves have never been here before. This is something different for them. Let's see how they react second half of the season. Cardinals are playing good baseball. It's weird because remember, guys, I told you last week that St. Louis Cardinals is the only team that got a winning record that has a run differential of -38. That's telling. Will that come back and bite them at the end? I mean, they're 4 games above 500 at home, but they're 500 on the road. So that might be a telling story going forward to next season, how this thing goes. So right now in the power rankings by CBS, you have the Phillies. It says bad timing for the Phillies to get the Braves in Atlanta with both Bryce Harper and Kyle Schwarber on the injury list. Taking one of the 3 games is probably actually a plus. The Braves need a sweep to trim the deficit to 6 games. Instead, it's 8. Anyway, both players will be back soon, and I'm not inclined to bump the Phillies under such circumstances. So have they already played them, or this is coming up after the All-Star break? Do anybody know? Curry, do you know?
No, I'm not sure when they.
Okay. Next up, you had the Baltimore Orioles with number 2. They won 2 series and were 4-2 on a trip out west, which is a great success. I just have to ask, what in the utter hell was a crap on Saturday night? How does a great team get down 17-1 to a terrible team in baseball? Wow, I don't know who that was. Number 3, Guardians. I love seeing David Fry make the All-Star team. He's been so valuable to them. Utility man who is also a catcher. How cool is that? Number 4, did you notice Ohtani has 20 stolen bases? He got a shot at 40-40. Number 5, the Brewers. Number 6, you got the Padres. 7, Yankees. 8, Twins. 9, Red Sox. And 10, the Astros. Now, looking at that power ranking, you would think that certain teams would be a little bit higher, right? So what I did was I went to the betting site for Major League Baseball, and this is what they're projecting. I'm not. Don't kill the messenger. I'm just giving the message out. But they have the Dodgers number 1. They have the best chance of winning the World Series at 23%. They have them projected winning of 96 and 66. Next, they have the Braves at 93.7%. I mean, I'm sorry, at 13% to win the World Series. Projected to win 93 games, lose 68. Next, you have the Yankees to win 96 games, lose 64, have 99.4, have a 15.1% to win the World Series. You got the Philadelphia Phillies at number 4 with 98 wins, 63 losses, and 11.1% to win the World Series. Then you have at number 5 the Baltimore Orioles with 9.5%. Now, you got Houston, Texas, Minnesota, Seattle, and Arizona rounded out at the top 10. Now, I'm a Dodger fan, and I don't see how they're projecting this to happen because of all the injuries they have. And this is just recently, right? I think Atlanta's a better team than the Dodgers, even though we took two out of 3 from them, and I think we swept them in Atlanta, but I don't think the Dodgers are that good. I think Philadelphia Phillies are better than the Dodgers as well. We've seen what they could do to the Dodgers just recently. Yankees and the Baltimore Orioles are neck and neck, but those 2 teams were picked to go to the World Series. And after them is the Houston Astros, right? Which is crazy because they're projecting them to have 87 wins, so that might be a wild card spot. No, I'm sorry, they're predicting to win a division because they're giving them 87 wins. They give Seattle 85 wins, so Seattle will get that wild card spot. But I'm just looking at this thing, man, and I'm like, at the beginning of the season, I could have swore that they had the Braves to win the World Series. Am I correct, guys? Curry, Dana, am I correct about this? Because I thought they had them favored to win.
They had them going. That's all I remember.
Okay. I'm just curious about how they come up with this stuff, man. This betting thing right here. So.
But I told you to verify. Look at the movie.
Look, you said what?
Trash. Yankees.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Trash. In my book of discipline, trash is let me throw it on the field.
Why does water taste nasty?
Hey, Dana. Go ahead and leave again.
Hey, Mo, take over. I gotta go get some. I gotta get some water. Go take over, Mo.
Okay. All right. I don't know why he put me in charge. We're gonna talk about Philly. I'm joking. Dana, what is your? Why you always hating, man? Why you hating on the Yankees?
Who?
The Yankees. You just said you hate the Yankees.
Who told you? Will Cam.
Either one of y'all.
Either one of y'all.
Whoever said, I thought it was Dana that
Whoever
was
said, I
talking
thought it
about
was
he hate the
Dana that
Yankees.
was talking about he hate the Yankees. Jacoby Jones.
Go ahead, Dana.
Go ahead, Dana. No, I'm saying rest in peace to Jacoby Jones.
Yes. Yes.
Give Bronny
Steeler
some
and a
time.
Raven.
It's gonna be a while. That's all right. He played the Celtics tonight. This gonna be a takeover game tonight. At least get
Is
like
this your
10
Super
points
Bowl?
tonight. Is this your Super Bowl?
Summer League game?
If he's scoring 10 points tonight, he's probably going to go in and ask for his contract to be reworked.
Ubrani?
Ubrani? Yeah,
I saw they called him triple single.
I saw they called him triple single. Too bad they not signed the contract for you, man.
Seriously though, let's talk about it since we're here.
Let's talk about it since we're here. To be the biggest NBA bust of all time.
I don't think that's possible.
I don't think that's possible.
I wouldn't call him a bust.
I wouldn't call him a bust.
It's a second round pick.
It's a second round pick. Like the man said, like Deion said, it's not his fault. You looking at the father. You thinking he gonna touch it to his father. He's not his father. That's what we focus on who his father is and his last name. Give him time. Give him time. He gonna be all right.
No, you gotta get
Exactly.
Hey, man, to whom much is given, much is required.
Yeah,
hey,
but he's not his father.
I just gotta say this. I heard a stat that says
like to give him LeBron, he'll be all right. He's not his father.
All right, guys, I'm back. Go ahead, Mo.
I was just gonna say this. I saw a stat that says as soon as Bronny scores 1 point, they're the highest scorer in father-son duo. I mean, I think there's a lot of weight that is probably carried. But hey, if that's all it takes is me to get 1 point. Let's see how long that takes.
So we on the Bronny thing now. Is that what
Yeah,
doing?
we talking about.
Doing?
Well, Dana wanted to talk about the Lakers versus Celtics tonight.
Dana, stop.
Hey man, they got nothing else. They got nothing else to do.
Hey, Dana, you know we don't we don't talk about Summer League. We talk about champions. We talk about championships.
Hey, Celtics players need to be quiet. Y'all not fans. Y'all not teammates. Why you got the best player in the team off the Olympic team? Celtics is not allowed to talk to their players.
Can I ask a question?
Team off the Olympic team. You gonna listen? Oh, look at that big white. Really, Celtics fans, go look in the mirror. I see why nobody don't like y'all. Nobody don't hang with nobody. Nobody on there stand up for. Nobody on that team stand up for.
Hey, now he said Jaylen Brown gonna coach the Lakers.
Nobody. Especially in Boston.
Hey, wait. Dana.
What's up?
Dana, did you say Jaylen Brown's coming to the Celtics? I mean, going to the Lakers now.
No, I didn't say that. I'm talking about the Olympic team. No one is speaking up for this man. Tatum is speaking up for him. White is speaking up for him. Drew Holiday is speaking up for him. Nobody. What's wrong with this? He just won't be in the finals.
Dana, so
come on, man.
Okay. So
did you see his? Did you see? Wait a minute, Kev. Did you see his girlfriend as well, who also got drafted number 4 a couple of years in the WNBA?
Yeah.
That boy winning.
Yeah, he definitely is winning.
He winning.
Hey, Dana. Dana.
Yeah, he winning. Got that beautiful girl.
Dana.
He's one of the best players in the WNBA.
Dana.
Jaden.
I ask you a question, Dana?
Yes, sir.
Did
Go ahead, man. You can ask me anything.
Did Jaylen Brown say he mad at somebody?
Yeah, he was mad.
Who he mad at?
He gonna say that. He mad at his teammates.
Why he mad at teammates?
He like, I'm gonna pick Jerry White over. You saw that shit. You saw that Twitter. Stop it.
Hey, Dana.
Stuff like that, like, really?
Dana, where'd you get that source from?
Kawhi not hurt.
Hey, Dana.
If you go pick Jerry White over you,
Dana.
come on, man.
Dana. Matthew said, "Where'd you get who's your source? Tell us who your source. Tell us the source."
You don't even know why that's so funny.
No, Dana. You
Take
need to tell us the
Dana.
source.
Take your source, Dana. He has no idea why it's so funny.
What did I do?
Dana, wait a minute. Okay, so Dana, let me. You just fell in some mud and you can't get out right now because of what you just said. So
I'm not in the mud.
Listen to me now. Just listen to what I gotta say. So Stephen A. Smith came on the show one day and said the reason why Jalen Smith doesn't get any promotion. I mean,
Jaylen Brown.
He doesn't get any commercials or anything like that is because he's hard to get along with because he think he know everything. He said so he's not going to. So this came from agent or come from a GM who texted Stephen A. Smith said that. So let me finish, Dana. So Jaylen Brown came back and said, "Tell us the source." That's why we wanted to know who your source was. It told you.
I seen the text on Twitter. Unless that's fake. He the one put the 3 eyeballs.
Yes, the monocles. You know what a monocles mean.
It just went all. It went over.
It went over his head.
It went way over his head. So Dana, let's talk about this for real quick. So he's not mad at none of his teammates. Now if you look at how they cornered Jason Tatum, that wasn't cool. The way they did that wasn't cool, right? And whoever that reporter was, whoever that reporter was, I don't have no love for that. I don't have no love for that reporter either, because he just got done. They say he just got done practicing. He's trying to get on the bus, and all of a sudden the guy comes up to him and asks him about Jaylen Brown not being on the team. You know what I'm saying? And everybody here knows why Kyrie Irving and Jaylen Brown is not on the team, because they don't represent Nike. Bottom line, the swoosh. They don't represent that. And since we're on the topic of the Olympics and the basketball team, when has the basketball team? Well, when has the Olympics became a political stand? Because if it is one, why in the devil can't they get the soccer team together? Because soccer, we're sucked in soccer. We're not even playing right now. We eliminated ourselves out of soccer. And the thing about it is, if you go look at the soccer team, if you look at the soccer team, I guarantee you, everybody to start ain't even from the United States. They came in, became a citizen. I guarantee you might have 2 or 3 guys from the United States on that soccer team. The rest of them probably became United States citizens to play soccer, because apparently we can't get it right. But if it's a political thing, why they can't get that right, but they try to get basketball right? You know what I'm saying? I didn't know Nike had that much power over the Olympics, that they telling people who can go, who can't go. And if you think about it, I think there may be 2 or 3 people on it that was on the Olympic team that wasn't Nike. Like Kawhi Leonard's not like Nike, he's Puma, right?
He's New Balance.
New Balance.
Okay.
Okay, and it was somebody else that's not Nike on that team. It was, I think, it was 2 or 3 people. I can't remember who it was. Who? 3. Yeah, I don't know who the other 2 were. But
Curry.
Oh, Curry's Under Armour.
Yeah, he's Under Armour.
So you're not gonna kick Curry off. But you see what they did to Kawhi. They told Kawhi, yo, you got bad knees going back home. We can't help you. Yo, they ain't get no free. He ain't get no free. He's not gonna get no free vacation off us.
Hey, I
You have
saw
to
the
see Paris
funniest.
on your own down. Go ahead, Mo.
I thought the Clippers made him quit too.
No.
No, I saw the funniest. I saw the funniest meme. It said Kawhi Leonard posted a post that said, "I get one like, I will drop off the Olympic team." He got one like from Kawhi Leonard, so he dropped.
Yo, first of all, everybody just here that knows basketball. Do anybody believe that Kawhi Leonard should have been on that team?
No.
I don't think it should have been. Mo, you saying yes? Why?
Oh yeah, that boy still one of the best 5 players in the league.
When he played.
Exactly.
That's what he.
Hey, Ben Simmons one of the best 50 players ever. When he
Well,
played.
he probably dropped out that top. He dropped out that top 50 real fast, or 75, whatever. But I'm just saying. But my thing is with Kawhi. I mean, with Kawhi Leonard is that he ended the season injured. But what makes you think that you can come back and play in the Olympics, even though you're not going to play as much as you would play in a regular game? He's still not 100%. So, Dana, to answer your question, the Clippers and the Olympic team came to agreement to tell you that he needed to go back and rehab his knee so he can be ready for the season, because it's going to be a long season for the Clippers. I can guarantee you, I'm telling you right now, Dana, Kawhi Leonard will play 35 games next year. 35.
I'm saying 34.
Take one game. Let's go ahead and do this. Whatchamacallit? What is that? Price is Right? Now?
Wait a minute.
One game.
Wait a minute. Dana, you out there? Did he take his? Okay. How many games do you think Kawhi gonna play next year?
I'll say about 45. About 60, really. 60.
Yeah, you pushing it right now. Really pushing it. Or is it 45 or 60?
I'm going 60.
Okay. Rich, how many games you gonna play next year?
I'd say 50.
Sandman?
Like I said, 34.
Mo, you still at one?
Nah, 52 comes to mind.
I said 35.
Did you ask Curry?
We got Curry don't watch basketball. He don't watch the NBA. He's not big NBA. He got now college basketball. Yeah, he into that. But okay, so
so he's an NC State fan.
Getting back to the college thing, right? So my biggest issue though with the college thing is that, I mean, with the Olympics, is that you don't have Kyrie on there. You don't have Jaylen Brown on it. Jaylen Brown backed Kyrie up about the money situation with the COVID and things of that nature. And so what I noticed though, when Jaylen Brown had got the award on the ESPYs, usually he say to the highest, right? At the ESPYs award, he said, "I want to thank God." So somebody's talking to him. Somebody's like, "Look, don't let your religion get in the way of you making money." But if you're a Muslim, you're a Muslim. What difference does it make? Hakeem Olajuwon was a Muslim. Ain't nobody complain. Ain't nobody complain about Hakeem Olajuwon. You know what I'm saying? And they probably the only two Muslims in the league. I mean, he wasn't
And that's Cantor.
Yeah, so there's been some Muslims in the league, but
Sharif Abdul-Rahim,
yeah,
Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf, formerly named as Chris Jackson.
Chris Jackson, yeah, he got blackballed. So there is something with the Muslim situation in the NBA. So that needs to be addressed in a situation where that does not become a factor for somebody not being selected or not going somewhere for that. But Dana, if you look at it like this, they've been doing Jaylen Brown wrong the whole year. There's no way in the world Jaylen Brown doesn't make all NBA offense or all NBA defense. That makes absolutely no sense to me. There's not you telling me he's not the best, he's not one of the best 15 players in the NBA, offensively or defensively? Come on, man. At one point in time, all five guys on the Celtics were listed on the all defensive team at one point or another. So my thing is right here. How can you eliminate him from all those other things? And he had a better season this year than he had last year. But last year he makes the All NBA team because they knew that if he made the All NBA team, Boston had to give up that $300 million, and they couldn't figure. They figured well, if they do that now, they got to eat some money up, and they can't keep the players they want to keep. But what they did was they said we're going over the second apron this year because we want to repeat. So they doing the opposite of what everybody thought they was going to do, right? And so again, he had a great season this year. MVP in the Eastern Conference Finals, MVP of the finals, and you don't get selected because you don't wear Nike. That's crazy. That to me that's two-faced by all means.
He's the Finals MVP. He is not complaining.
And so my thing is right here. It's a slap in the face at him, but you know what though? That motivates that guy. I'm telling you right now, that motivates it. And if you're not a Celtic fan like me and Mo, you won't understand. When Jaylen Brown got in the league, he improved every year on something different every year. He improved something different every year. He always improved on something. So now he's down in Bermuda. Say what?
I heard and read that he's too outspoken.
But
really don't listen to nobody but his grandfather or something.
He's not outspoken. He just speaks out on the situation with Kyrie Irving, right? So the league didn't like the situation Kyrie Irving put him in. That's what that was all about. And they took money from him. Nike took their deal from him because he wouldn't get the shot, right? So Jaylen Brown spoke up on it.
Well, it was also about the anti-Semitic stuff. It wasn't just about the shot.
But that too. But see, I think they spin that around on him. I really do. I don't think he meant it as much as it was said.
He had the opportunity to apologize and say what he meant. He chose not to.
But he wasn't going to. He wasn't going to do it because what he did was what Kyrie actually did. He let you make the judgment on what he said. Instead of him going back and apologizing for it, he said, "Okay, well, you believe what you want to believe, but I know what I said." Now, he came out and said the world flat and everything like that. He's a little different. He's a little different. He's a dookie though, and I know Curry don't like no Duke guys. But the thing about it is though is everybody else can have freedom of speech, but he can't, or Brown can't have freedom of speech. And again, the NBA is supposed to be the most transparent sport alive, user friendly than baseball and football. They need to address that situation because if they don't address it sooner, then later but it's going to be addressed at some point in time, and they're not going to like the way it's going to turn out. That's all I got to say about that. But again, with the Olympics coming up, the Olympics need to be worried about like I said, the soccer team. Our soccer team ain't been no good for so long. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing they need to work on. Yeah. Go ahead, Mo.
I'm just gonna say this, bro.
When does the Olympics come?
Next week.
Oh, okay.
All I gotta say is this. When we have changed the whole name of the sport to accommodate ourselves, when it's the world sport, I'll tell you everything you need to know. That is number 4, number 5 in the United States. We don't care.
So soccer should be called football.
That's what it's called everywhere else. Football. We done changed the name. They gotta say soccer when they putting it online. That's hilarious. And people get mad about that from other countries. When you say that ain't football, that's soccer, they get mad about that.
You know how the United States is. We always gotta be different.
Of course.
We always gotta be different.
Y'all know how long a kilometer is? I have no idea.
No.
You know how to drive on the other side of the street?
Yeah, I do.
I don't.
I don't like
I did it once, but we're the only ones that have changed everything.
But you know what's weird though? It's like when you're walking across the street, you're looking the wrong way. I'm like,
yeah,
and it's coming. Yeah. It got. When I was over in Okinawa, it was a lot to get used to though. But I got used to it. And driving on the opposite side, it didn't really wasn't that bad. You know what I'm saying? But yeah.
But dude, it's only here.
Yup.
Everywhere else does it.
So we're the stepchild of the world. Then is that what you're saying?
No, we the king now. We got the most powerful army. We got the most powerful dictator who's about to be president.
Hey Dana. Speaking of the Dolphins, rest in peace to their stadium last night. Because last night was the final for the Copa America soccer tournament. And you know how the Cowboys rushed the stadium? This is 100 times worse than that. It really is.
Because Dana and Curry both are Dolphin fans.
Oh, Curry too? Okay, cool. Curry, you're involved in this now.
About the NBA before y'all start on that Dolphin stuff. You know I don't talk much about NBA, but I got something, man, I read the other day that really blew my mind.
Go ahead.
And I was reading that, you know, with all these new TV contracts and all these deals coming in, they're saying that by the year of 2032, 33, that you might have the first $100 million player. Hey, man, that's like 80 million. I mean, that's like $1 million a game. Mm-hmm. And if you look at this load management thing, it's even more than $1 million a game. But they were saying like the salary cap would probably go up 10% every year once these deals get made. I guess but where's all that money gonna come from?
Well, they're going to get the TV deal they're going to make with NBC. They're getting, I think it's $3 billion. I think they're getting
$3 billion from NBC, 7.6 from ESPN.
But do they expect the viewership to really be that great to the point to where they can? But you know what that's going to do? That's just going to cost you more to watch your Boston Celtics or whatever your favorite team is. That's all it's going to do.
Well, I got the Sport Network, so I see them on DirecTV, which we already talked about how we watching our sports how we watch our sports right now. But I get your point though, and the thing about it is what they did, Curry, though, is they added 2 aprons on it now that wasn't there before. The reason why they added the aprons is because Golden State Warriors were winning championships, but they were losing money. They didn't care. They wanted to win titles, right? That was their main goal. I don't think they ever was in the black when they won a championship. Now in one article they said that even if a team goes 7-game series all the way through, they still won't. Certain teams will win. Certain teams will gain money, but the majority of teams will lose money. But with this new contract,
I'm just looking at that from an individual standpoint, where they're saying like a Supermax contract, which pays 35% of the cap. Player could make as much as $105.79 million during the 2032-33 season, and that's double what Steve Curry made this year.
Yeah,
that's just amazing to me.
Yeah, they just throwing money. They throw money at these guys, man. And again, like you talked about the load management part of it. So how they trying to control the load management is now that you have to play 65 games to be selected for any type of award, right? So that's why I brought up the scenario about Kawhi Leonard, because Kawhi Leonard's at the back of he's at the back end of his career. He's won 3 titles. He got 2 with Spurs and 1 with Toronto, so that's 3. So he got his titles. He is. I think everybody would agree that he's a Hall of Famer. Anybody disagree with that? Okay. So now basically what he is he's trying to play out his career, but I don't think his body's going to allow him to play out his career. So he's going to be definitely on load management next season because they need him to be competitive. I don't see the Clippers making the playoffs. If anything, they might get a play-in. I think there might be a play-in team because the changes that they made is not going to put them over the top. Letting Paul George go was detrimental to that team because you can still play. Paul George could supplement what Kawhi Leonard didn't do, and then you got both of them on the court together. Now they don't have to work as hard. But the thing about it is getting Leonard on the court. That's the problem, right? Now you got James Harden who fought to get out there, and he probably gonna fight to get away from there now because he don't have nothing to work with out there. Westbrook is probably end up gonna leave. He's end up leaving to go somewhere else. So their owner is he has the most money out of all the owners in basketball. So he would throw money at players, but the thing about it is that nobody wants to go out there. Not with the team they have now. So they basically gonna have to probably rebuild to build. And you got the coach out there. He signed a new contract, and he ain't happy now because Paul George left. And I think he kind of knew it was going to happen.
I just wanted to get that in there, man. I didn't wanted to prolong that on that.
Oh no, that's cool.
I know somebody was talking about some NFL, but I just saw that the other day, and I thought, man, that just blew me away with those projected salaries.
And Curry, think about
10 years.
Think about this. So it's a possibility that TNT may be around next year, right? So they might buy some rights to play games on Tuesdays and Thursdays nights. NBC plays games.
I think they can match somebody's offer if they wanted to.
Yeah. So it was an article here. I got it where it says TNT could still retain some NBA television rights, but NBC is about to knock them out the water with this contract. But then you got it so that you got all those other streaming lines that you can watch the games on now, and so there's gonna be money. There's money gonna be made off of everything, and then you got to think about the betting part of it too. The residual they get back from guys betting on the game of basketball and baseball, football, the whole 9 yards. So there's money to be made out there, and this is why salaries is gonna go. They're gonna escalate. You know what I'm saying? If you think about it, I would probably say Wemby might be that guy that gets $100 million with what does it say? What did you say it was, Curry? Estimated was?
By the year 2033, 34, you'd probably have your first $100 million player.
Okay. And Wemby might be that guy down the line, I think.
That's 10 years from now, probably.
Well, I think it's going to be sooner than that, though. I honestly believe because of this new contract they're getting. And I don't think, even though
NBC... that's projecting that the salary cap, and they're projecting it to go up 10% every year. So that's how they're going to get to that number.
I think
I think Jason Tatum's last year is $81 million.
Wow.
And his new contract.
Yo, and check this out, Curry, though. That young man has never touched his paycheck. He's living off his endorsements.
Yeah.
You talk that ain't that crazy?
Yeah, I get that. I was just saying what that's just amazing to me about that. And I don't know, man. If the NBA ever go belly up, man, that's probably the time that will happen.
How's it gonna go belly up? Only way it's gonna get belly up is from the WNBA.
Real quick. So Jalen Brunson just signed a contract with the New York Knicks. He took less money to bring in other players in the future coming forth. From what I'm reading and what I'm hearing, they're eyeing Giannis Antetokounmpo. That's who they're eyeing to come to New York. They're also eyeing Joel Embiid. Those two names you're gonna hear all season long. Trust me, next year about them leaving where they're at to go to the New York Knicks. The Knicks is gonna be the hottest team running coming next season. But Jalen Brunson made a comment. Go ahead, Mo.
I just like to clear up when I'm wrong. He's making $71 million in the last year of his contract.
Oh, okay.
Not 81.
10 million less than what you said. 81.
That's chump change for him.
Yeah, chump change. So Jalen Brunson made a comment towards the Boston Celtics that everything was aligned right, the stars aligned right. They had the full moon when they needed to have the full moon. The sea waters was cresting where it needed to crest, and all this other stuff was going on. And he basically kind of like tarnished what they did this year. And I'm gonna say this: they was winning from this. They was winning. They had the best record from the beginning to the end. Okay, you can't help who you play in the playoffs. Okay, and Curry, check this out. So what happened here is every team they played, other than the Pacers, and the Dallas Mavericks, they had somebody that had load management. Okay, and so when it came time for them to play a full game for 40 minutes, they couldn't do it. Okay, now the situation with Butler was different because they fell on his leg, but they also had some players that were out as well. I don't think they would lose to the Miami Heat at all. And I think that everything, you can't help who you play. Even with the Cleveland Cavaliers, Donovan Mitchell had a bad knee. He played in 2 games, couldn't play no more because they low management on these guys, and now them guys can't play 100%. Give you another guy, for example, Zion Williams didn't play. He was low management this year. Getting the game, he got to play 40 minutes. He pulls his hamstring, right? And he's about to explode. I mean, he's balling. Pulls a hamstring. Why? Because he can't exert his body to that point where he needs to get over to that next level. So my thing is this right here. You can't if you're going to play basketball and you want to play at the highest peak of your talent level, then you need to play more games. The load management is not going to help you in the playoffs because they need you to play 40 minutes. And every person I just brought up didn't play. They did load management with them. Load management with them. The only one that's standing alone that's gonna have to play 60-some games next year is gonna be Butler in order for him to get his money. Donovan's gonna get his money.
Well, Zion Williams, he's been on load management ever since the first 2 minutes when he walked into Carolina and wanted to play against them, and he went out and he's been on load management ever since.
But that's what I'm saying though. So, I get Jalen Brunson's point because I think the Knicks would give the Celtics a run for their money because they're a defensive minded team, right? But they would struggle on offense against us. You know what I'm saying? But they're gonna keep coming. And I think that they might be a formidable partner this year in the finals, in the Eastern Conference Finals, between them and Philly, them or Philly, against Boston. But the thing about it is don't tarnish what they did because your team wasn't healthy enough to play. That's not my problem. That's your problem. You need to figure out how you can do load management. Like example, Boston did load management with Porzingis. So again, it worked out well for them because they had a backup in Al Horford that it didn't hurt that much. So when you're going to do load management with a guy on your team, you need to have somebody that can come in and play him. Now, granted that Cleveland lost the center to injuries, right? But again, you still got a guy that got load management. So I don't like when players tarnish another person's achievements like that. And I don't think you did. That's bulletin board material for me. That bulletin board material. Real quick though, getting back to baseball. Juan Soto and Mo's gonna challenge me on this right here. Said he would like to play with the Dodgers with Ohtani. He said this is what Mo said. Mo said he didn't say what the Dodgers said with Ohtani. But Rich, who do Ohtani play for?
The Dodgers.
Okay, go ahead, Mo.
He also said he loves San Diego and Washington as well.
But he already played in San Diego, and he already played in Washington. So what leaves left? What's left?
What's your source, Mo?
The New York Times, the Yankees. I mean, Juan Soto.
He's not
He said it.
saying. He's not staying. He's not staying there. I read this and said, "Oh man, ain't that so nice of him?" He said it would be so nice to play with.
I mean, Ohtani would have been one of the best. Now he went to the NL and I went to the AL, so been a little tricky. He was talking about playing with him for the All-Star game. You can try and spin it however you want to, Kev. I'm looking at the source.
Mo. Who's your source? Because remember my source told you that Ohtani was going to the Dodgers. I told you last year, a year before that he was going to the Dodgers. Didn't I tell you that? Didn't I tell you that? Oh?
Who did he get traded to?
And guys, how many times have I said it on the show already about Soto? The Yankees not signing him now, and when he becomes a free agent, we put on the Dodger blue mode. I don't want to hear nothing. I just want to tell you that
he's already playing with Aaron Judge, right? So he didn't have to say Aaron Judge. Because the question was,
he said,
what superstar would you like to play beside? Because he's already playing with Aaron Judge.
Superstar. I know Aaron Judge was a superstar. I thought he was, he stays injured a little bit too.
The MVP is not a superstar. That's making $40 million a year. Not a superstar.
When did he become the MVP?
2 years ago.
How many years?
2.
Who was the MVP last year?
I don't know. Could have been Aaron Judge. I don't remember.
Yeah, exactly. Like Janet Jackson said, "What have you done for me lately?"
Somebody get your boy.
All right. Hey, so before we move on,
that Philly jersey that he wore last week is still messing with his mind.
So TNT, it says TNT could still retain NBA television rights. The NBA reported agreed to a new television deal on Wednesday. TNT is not among those that won the bidding. However, the door may not be completely closed yet. So my thing is just go ahead and tell us that NBC got the doggone thing, man. Why do they do that? Why do they do that? Why do they do that? Just tell us who won the doggone thing and just be done with it, right?
Well,
So
from what I saw, like Netflix and Amazon and it's going to be basketball every night of the week, but it's going to be on different streaming platforms. It was like a $51 billion deal, something like that.
Yeah. So getting the where Curry was going. So it says, however, the door is not completely closed just yet. Warner Brothers Discovery CEO David Zaslav, whose company owns TNT Sports, is considered using language in the current contract that may entitle it to match the new deal, according to Andrew Marchand of the Atlantic. TNT will likely try to secure Amazon Prime share of a new agreement. Amazon among three winning bidders in the new deal, along with ESPN and NBC. ESPN will retain the NBA Finals as part of the new agreement, while all three platforms would have the rights to play playoff games. Amazon Prime will also become the exclusive home of the in-season tournament, which we don't care because the only team want to win is the Lakers game. The total agreement is worth $76 billion over the next 11 seasons. Many NBA fans do not want to see TNT lose the NBA rights. The biggest reason for the success is inside the NBA. Though it's possible that one of the new right shareholders could try to hire his personality, Charles Barkley. However, he claimed he will retire instead of leaving TNT, while Ernie Johnson also appears unlikely to walk away from the network. Any plan to ensure TNT keeps some share of the NBA does appear to be somewhat far-fetched, but the door is slightly open. So I think Charles Barkley said that just to piss him off, to see if somebody going to give him some more money, because money talk bullshit. Well, that's what that is. So Curry, there you go. That's what they're talking about right there.
Hey, I got some Lakers news.
Did they win?
Oh no, even better. This is way better. This is better than them winning that tournament last November. Biggest Lakers fan, Skip Bayless, is leaving FS1.
He's leaving what?
He's leaving FS1's Undisputed. So he's leaving his own show.
Wow. I wonder what's going on with that right there. I guess he's tired of Lakers. Yeah. I guess he's tired of Lakers and their shenanigans. So in some football news, I don't know if you guys heard about the situation they have with Terrell Davis. He's on an airplane. Denver Broncos Terrell Davis was taken off an airplane in handcuffs over the weekend and was described as a disgusting display of injustice and deplorable treatment. So basically what it was, his son asked the flight stewardess for some ice. So the flight stewardess ignored him or didn't hear him. So Terrell Davis touched the guy on the back and said, "Can my son get some ice?" He got loud and said, "Don't touch me." So they're in flight, right? So when they land and where they're going, the FBI's come on the plane and handcuffs him in front of his kids, his wife, and everybody on the plane. Once the FBI agent sits down and talks to the flight attendant, he comes back and says that he was overly apologetic about it, but Davis said that he got in contact with lawyers and he's probably gonna sue United Airlines. Yo, you can't even be black and fly no more, guys. First it was you can't be black and drive. Now you can't be black and fly. Yo, I don't get this, man. This is disturbing, man. I mean, they handcuffed this man in front of his wife and his kids. Now, you don't know how in society today how that's going to affect his kids. It's not going to affect his wife too much because she's a grown up, but how does it affect his kids towards police officers? how do they feel about police officers? Like I'm gonna give you guys an example. Like I remember me and my wife, we had went somewhere, and my daughter was at one of her girlfriend's house or something, and I forgot the car seat, right? And so I ran a yellow light. I got pulled over, and the guy chastised me for not having a car seat in the car. And I said to him, I said, we just got off the road. I said, and the person that picked our daughter up, she had a car seat, but she don't have the car seat no more because she borrowed it from her cousin. So he's chastising me about this car seat and everything. He said, and I should take you to jail, and that did something to my daughter. That did something to my son, and not because of going to jail part, but the way he talked to me. You know what I'm saying? And my kids to this day do not like police officers because of that. Because their first interaction was a negative one. And that should never be. You should never have a negative action with the police officer unless you did something wrong. And at this point in time, what he did was he just tapped the guy on the shoulder and just said, "Yo, can you get my son some ice?" And he snaps out. Now, my thing is this right here: if you're a flight attendant, you deal with different people of different races, different colors, different nationalities, different religions all the time. So how do you act towards somebody else compared to Terrell Davis? And she probably didn't know who, or him. I think it's a him. Probably didn't know who Terrell Davis was, right? Because if you knew, you'd be like, "Yo, can I get your autograph, or can I get a picture of you, or something like that?" So that right there that's a problem that's a problem I have with society today and how they treat people of color, right? And this is one of the reasons why I changed the name of my show, because of going to see where Breonna Taylor got killed at, Michael Floyd, and all that stuff. That's why I changed my logo.
George Floyd.
George Floyd. That's why I changed my logo. I was a barbershop, then I became Just Us, right? Because somebody needs to stand up for us, for people of color, right? And it's sad that we have situations like this that's still happening today. And only thing he did was got on the plane and his son asked for some ice. Now his son probably gonna be like, "Daddy, I should never ask him for no ice. I'm sorry, Daddy." He gonna feel like he did something wrong. He didn't do anything wrong at all. So I just want to get you guys' take on this right here, on the situation with that happened on a flight with Terrell Davis, and how would you go about explaining to your kids that you didn't do anything wrong, and that this is the type of people you're going to deal with for the rest of your life? Anybody can speak first.
Well, let me say something here. I don't know that this is a matter of having to explain anything to his son, because his son seen everything as it unfolded. So there's nothing to explain to him, and I'm pretty sure that the kid's probably of age to where he understands right from wrong. But my issue with this whole thing is United Airlines really needs to step up their disciplinary process on whoever their employees are, and and make an example. This guy should never be able to work another flight for United Airlines, American Airlines, or any other airlines in the world based on what he done, because if he was found of no wrongdoing, and all you got for him is an apology, that's where I have a problem. You owe this man more than an apology, because if it was me and you done embarrassed me in front of all these people, now you're not only being in Terrell Davis' shoes. If it was just me, then I would just be embarrassed among the people that's there. But by him being a nationally known figure, he's being embarrassed all over the world now. Because, did you hear Terrell Davis was handcuffed off a plane? Don't even know the story, but did you hear Terrell Davis was handcuffed? And you Airlines or United Airlines, and they've been under enough scrutiny over the last few years anyway that you would think that they want to clear their image a lot better than that.
Exactly. I would make them pay for my kids' college. I need a trust fund. I need a trust fund. I need a trust fund in my son's name. Matthew, go ahead.
As someone whose mom is a flight attendant for Alaska Airline, when I first seen this report, I kind of asked her, not what the incident, but like a scenario, like what would happen if you would have done what he did? And she said more than likely she probably would have been fired. Because the way there's some airlines, and kind of like what Curry said, if this person would have been on a higher end airline, they would have been fired on the spot, because you don't treat a person like that. And what our airlines are going to do is they're going to look at this incident and they're going to practice the proper way of answering questions, or a proper way to turn around if they're being touched behind the back. Because there's some flight attendants that they'll be calm, but there's that small percentage or a certain amount that we don't know of that are not used to that scenario. And especially when it comes to a high-end player. Because with my mother, when she's been in the flight attendant now for almost a year, and when you're going from, like, for example, this past weekend she went from Albuquerque up to Montana, back to Spokane, and then from Spokane to Seattle, and within that time you're dealing with, like you said, Kev, all the same different ethnicities and groups when it comes to like religion or food proppers, because with the class that she works in, and by the end of the day you gotta look at how can I be calm and patient with all these different cultures of people.
Exactly. Anybody else want to comment?
I mean, with everything Matthew said, it's just really, to me, it's like, how is a kid supposed to digest all of that information? And basically, he just saw his dad. I mean, I don't even know what you want to call it, like, because the flight attendant was just completely out of pocket. So it's like that's what he saw. So it's almost like he just needs a conversation. His mom and dad need to sit him down and explain to him that everybody, although we are the same, we are not, created equal. Well, we're created equally, but we're not treated equally. And he just needs that conversation. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, and that conversation. As a kid growing up, my parents never had that conversation with me. And Curry, did your parents ever have that conversation with you?
No, I've never had that.
Yeah, and I think because our parents hid us away from a lot of stuff. I remember when I was a kid growing up, and I had family live in Lexington, Virginia, by VMI. There's a military school there, and then I think you got Washington Lee or something like that. But it's right above Roanoke a little bit. And I was with my grandfather, and my aunt owned a gas station. And so my grandfather asked me, "Do I want a Coke out of the machine?" Carrie, the one I'm talking about. You put the coin in, you pull it out of the machine. It's a glass bottle type. That's the one they had. Yeah, they had those, right?
Yeah, you take a can open, stick your cup under there, and you get you some out of it.
And so it was a Caucasian guy that knew my grandfather, and he said to me, He said, "Boy, what's your name?" I said, "Boy's not my name. My name's Kevin." So my grandfather looks at me like, "What are you saying?" And I'm like, I said, "I just told him what my name was." I said, "My name's not Boy." And so I think I educated my grandfather on that right there because him growing up in Buena Vista, Virginia, that small town there, you could tell there was definitely a difference in living in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. You know, and so I never really had that conversation, but that was the first interaction I had with a Caucasian person that called me boy, because I was like, I'm not a boy. I'm a boy, but that's not my name. And I didn't say it like to be smart or anything, but I just wanted to let him know that my name was Kevin. But again, I think now today we might want to have those conversations with our kids because this situation is ongoing all the time. Now, granted that we haven't had any killings lately that we know of any person of color, which thank God that we haven't had any at all. But
Kev, we just had one here. The dude down on South Street. I mean, it wasn't unarmed, but I mean, the cops, they definitely killing.
Oh, is that the one where the kid was trying to run away?
Yeah.
Is that the one downtown?
Yeah, that was downtown.
Okay. Yeah, he wasn't the person they was supposed to be shooting at either. That's the sad part about it, man. So again, I just think that sometimes, sometimes it's not easy to have a difficult conversation, but sometimes having a difficult conversation is better than not having a conversation at all, because sometimes you gotta let people know how you feel about something, because if they don't never know how you feel about something or how you express how you feel, then even if they're your friend and they may not be the same color as you, but maybe they have a better understanding of what you're going through at some point in time. All right. So also,
Hey, Kev.
Go ahead.
To add on to that, actually, probably when I was 12, I kind of had my first conversation. Well, on the other end, not me asking the question, because we got back from Seattle. Like, we got to the airport at SeaTac, and this is like 2013, 2014, I want to say. And we packed everything and all, and we get to the airport, we get in the TSA line, and we put the bags through. 1 minute later, ding, 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 me and my dad get pulled to the side. So we're both looking at each other, like, what's going on? Like, we were both kind of nervous. Like, my dad's kind of pissed. I'm kind of like confused as to what's going on. So then they start going through both of our bags. And let me tell you, TSA, when they go for it, they don't care what bag you got, they will do a cut in the inside. And these bags were brand new too. And so they look through the bags and all that. And my young self, I forgot I accidentally put a bottle that was about this size in the suitcase. And that was the problem. The whole time. So after we had that experience, basically it was a learning situation, like a understanding and then a little punishment on the side. Like, like no video games for like a few weeks.
So now that if you freeze it, right, they allow you to take it on the plane. It has to be frozen.
Yeah, but it depends on like what. So like when I flew a few weeks ago, they're okay with you packing a bottle this size, but it has to be not full. It has to be empty. And then now I guess they allow you to pack your own liquor as long as you don't drink it on the airline. And I'm like, what's the size limit on that? Because if we're talking, because I remember back then, or even like before the pandemic, it was all about tiny sizes and all that. Because after the 2001, it was all everything had to be small. Now it's kind of like going back and forth, and that could be just with a generational thing. But yeah.
I know. I mean, one time I went through. I was in the military training, and I had a bracelet on, and it beeped. Yo, they stripped me down, and a guy that had a Pakistani had all this stuff, all this garb on, and he walked through and didn't nothing beep, and the guy had a you could see he had a some type of necklace on or something like that. It was made out of metal, you know what I'm saying, but it didn't beep. And I was like, now he got all that on, and I got on a shirt and pair of pants, and now they're like, and it made me feel really awkward because I got stripped down to like my underwear and t-shirt, and it really made me feel awkward to have that happen to me. And do I think color has something to do with it? I think it did. I was in Arkansas, so I think color did have something to do with it. But everybody I was with was Caucasian, and everybody else had on jewelry. Everybody had some type of jewelry on, besides me. But yeah, that was scary. That was a scary situation. So in football, Kevin Johnson is going to the line of Ring of Honor, guys. I'm happy for him, man. He's a guy that, if you watch football, you know he gave it his all. He just couldn't take it no more, and he couldn't take it no more in Detroit, and he had to move.
Wait a minute. You're saying he went to the Hall of Fame before the Detroit Lions, the Ring of Honor? That is such a Lions thing.
He's going to Lions Ring of Honor.
Yeah, he's already in the Hall of Fame.
I know.
That's
but you
some
know
bull.
How they ended. But you know how they ended, man. But Detroit's in a situation right now. I get your point, but Detroit's in a situation where right now the schedule's in their favor. Everything's in their favor to get to the Super Bowl. So why not honor him? You know, as a gesture, a good gesture, to say, hey, we're trying to change the narrative here of who we were, even though he left on bad terms. The same thing with Barry Sanders. You know, so.
How'd they leave on bad terms? They just retired. It wasn't like they requested a trade and they wouldn't trade him and then they retired. They just retired.
Calvin Johnson absolutely demanded a trade and they will not.
Calvin Johnson did ask for a trade.
I don't remember him asking for a trade.
That's why he retired. He said, if I have to stay here, then I'll just retire.
Yeah, because the teams that was looking at him was the Browns, the Dolphins, and I think it might have been Seattle at the time. I'm not for sure. There were three teams that were looking at him.
I knew about the Browns because they wanted to team him up with Josh Cribbs.
Yeah.
And the Lions were like, no, that ain't happening.
So we got about half an hour left. So let's talk about the 49ers in this trade situation with Ayuk. This is turning into an ugly situation. Rich, what's going on? What you hearing?
Well, I saw a report that the Jets were talking to the Raiders. But I think to make money work, they were going to bring in a third team to see if they could get a 3-team trade done. Doesn't happen all the time in the NFL, but they're trying to work on one where the Niners would get a first round pick, second round pick, and like a 4th round pick of next year's draft. Brandon Ayuk will go to the Raiders, and Devontae Adams will go to the Jets. It's not. I don't know if the Niners are really taking this seriously. But it's just being kind of spun around the media cycle a little bit. Not much, but
yeah, I heard about that too. Mo. So the Pittsburgh Steelers are gonna be on Hard Knocks, huh?
So are the Browns. It's the whole AFC North. It ain't just the Steelers. Don't be trying to put that on us.
No. Listen, no. What they did was they're not. Remember, they said they was gonna do the whole division. They're not doing the whole division. They're doing certain teams because now the Bears are gonna be on
because
there
nobody
as
wants
well.
to see the Browns. Nobody wants to see the Browns. It makes sense.
The Browns have already been on Hard Knocks, so we're not going back.
How many times? How many times?
But we've been there once. But
Yeah, I think more than one.
Your boy's mad. Haywood is pissed off right now.
Yeah.
He's mad about this, man. Why do you think? Do you think it's an omen that they should be on?
No, it's the same thing that people didn't like when Antonio Brown actually let everybody in after we won the AFC championship or the division championship and had to go to New England, and he put it on Facebook Live, and that's gonna be all over HBO. Some things need to be kept in house. But you know who's gonna win ratings? Mike Tomlin.
Who's gonna win what?
Who's gonna win ratings? Mike Tomlin.
Yeah.
That's why the NFL wants to do it.
Okay, I'm seeing. Okay, so Skip Bayless is leaving. He is leaving FS1. Where are you going?
Like the ESPN.
No, he's going to end the zone from what I heard.
Oh, hell no. He said in the zone.
Oh, in the zone.
So Dana and Curry, Tyreek Hill and Tua, still working on contracts. What's going on with them guys? Anything?
No. Tyreek need to wear condoms. He can save on.
He got another baby coming, right?
I don't CVS is involved in. Come on, man.
So how many kids? He got 14 kids, right?
Like I think like 6. I think
they said he had 14. The one article I read said he had 14.
I saw 10.
I saw 10. I think he had 6 this year.
17.
He got 6. He made 6 babies this year.
Yeah, I think it was like 5. Well, 6 baby mamas.
So he got 6 kids. He got 6 kids gonna have a birthday in one full calendar year.
Think so.
Wow.
Yo,
it's at least 4. I think it's 6 though.
That's crazy. That makes absolutely no sense at all. What is wrong with him? What is wrong with that guy, man? Is he trying to become the Sean Kemp of the NFL?
He's in competition with Nick Cannon.
So Dana, we haven't heard anything about contract extension for Tua, which I think that we all believe that Tua should get a contract extension. He was second in passing for the NFL last year. We don't know what the holdup is.
Jack was taking it turn to Mahomes.
Dak hasn't signed either. I'm gonna tell you right now. People can say what they want to say about Dak, but his agent was smart. You can't trade. I got no trade clause, and you can't franchise me no more. So how you gonna handle that? How will you handle that?
I know the Cowboys hope.
That's a maneuver that nobody ever.
You want me to tell you what the Cowboys over?
But, go ahead.
I don't want to say this, but how many Cowboy fans on this screen this live right now?
We got a couple
on
people. We got a couple people looking. We got a couple people watching.
Okay. Tell me, Cowboy fans. Jerry Jones wants this man get hurt. I don't care what nobody's.
You say he wants him to get hurt.
I don't care what nobody's. I know Jerry Jones wants him to get hurt. So I don't have to pay him.
But how's that going to help out Dallas?
Then they gonna let him go. Then they gonna let him go. Bye. Watch. Go ahead, Rich.
I just don't see what the Cowboys can do. Like, okay, so you let Dak walk, and then what? Like, you know what you're getting out of Dak. You're getting 3,500 yards, 25, 30 touchdowns, 12, 13 interceptions. You know what you're getting. It's really putting the best pieces around him, and
exactly.
I don't know if they have the money to do that, because Micah wants his bread, and he's not letting up on that.
And CeeDee Lamb still got to get paid.
That too.
Yo, I mean, but he has him over the barrel for real. If you think about it, man, he's.
That's what I read.
He's just They messed up by not signing him when they had opportunity to do it. They should have did it, and they wouldn't be in the situation they're in right now, right?
Signed him last year.
And the problem here now is that they're winning games. They won the division last year, and this could be a last year along with the coach, but Rich, the thing they didn't do was they didn't address any issues that they needed to address offensively. Like running back, you bring back Zeke. I'm happy Zeke came back, but you need somebody else back in the backfield. And drafting wise, I think they got like a C in the draft, right? So they didn't really address a lot of issues they had going on in the future for that team. So now Dax could sit there and say, you know what, man, bunk this. I'm out. I'm out. I'm be out. I'm gonna be out. And y'all do what y'all do. And he goes somewhere else where they got the talent, wide receiver, the tight end, the running backs, offensive line, all that. I think Dallas did a poor job of surrounding him by good talent. The best chance they had was the first year he came in as a quarterback, because they had an offensive line, they had the running back, they had the wide receivers, they had pretty much anything they needed, and just couldn't get over that hump. And it's sad to say that, but he could be known as a Dan Marino that never that never went to the NFC Championship game. You know what I'm saying? With Dan Marino, when Dan Marino went to that one Super Bowl, we all thought that he had 2-3 more left in him. You know what I'm saying? That's probably one of the most disappointing careers that because I went for him that year when they played the Washington Redskins. I was pulling for Dan Marino. I was like, come on, Dan, do it.
Aaron Rodgers.
With 49ers? Okay. Who did y'all lost?
That's why I hate you, Mark.
Who did Riggins beat?
They beat Denver.
They beat Miami, but Marino wasn't on that team.
Okay. Was that Dan Strauss? Who was the quarterback then?
That was Don Strock and David Wood.
Don Strock, okay.
Oh, you talking about? Okay, never mind. Sorry about that.
But again, if we look back at it, we're like, yo, Dan Marino he's going back. He's going back. And he never got back, man. And that was so disheartening to me. You know what I'm saying? And that's one of them guys. Like if you think about like Jim Kelly going 4 times and never winning one. Fran Tarkenton going all those times and not winning one. Those guys, they put it all out on the line, and they still never got a chance to smell the roses. at the end of the day, because football is all about it's a team game, and you want to win. You want to win the game. I mean, you want to win the big game when you get a chance to play the big game. And a lot of times you don't get a chance to go back.
Somebody else could end up in that same situation, and that's Joe Burrow.
Oh.
So,
Josh Allen too.
Josh Allen too.
Josh Allen could be.
Didn't you just say you thought Dan Marino had 3 or 4 more in him?
I sure enough did. Let's take a look at something here. Let's take a look.
Lamar Jackson too.
So let's look at let's see here.
Yeah, Lamar.
What about
Deshaun Watson is definitely going to be there.
Look, we always got one hater in the group, man. You know what I'm saying? He don't say nothing until it comes about the Browns. He always got something smart to say about the Browns. And only thing I gotta say is
Deshaun Watson is a great quarterback. I just went out to Lamar.
Only thing I want to know was when the last time y'all beat the Browns in the playoffs. So
that's a hater comment. At least I'm saying your quarterback is good. I didn't say Kenny Pickett.
So can we put Lamar Jackson in that, or did we think Lamar can win the Super Bowl? Or do we think? Okay.
I don't think he can.
I think this is the best thing we're gonna have this year with Derrick Henry.
What about?
We don't have to go out and rush this year. We got somebody to put the load on the program.
What about Jacksonville's quarterback? Can he make it?
No.
Okay. Chargers quarterback. Can he make it? Can the Chargers quarterback make it?
No.
They got a new coach there.
He's gonna make one of them.
You think so? Okay.
I don't see the Chargers being that effective this year.
Let's see here.
I think the Chargers will be. Jim Harbaugh. I don't put nothing past him. I think he might take the division. I think he might.
Yeah, but they picked up Baltimore's entire backfield. Like Dobbins and Edwards, those are your top 2 running backs, and Dobbins has proven he can't stay healthy. Edwards runs so hard that he can't stay healthy, and then it's the rest of them bums. Like they don't have a running game. It's nothing that's going to be consistent, and they just let go of both of their star wide receivers. I just don't see the Chargers doing a whole lot this season.
I don't know, man. I think when you get a different voice in there, it changes things.
But you gotta have talent. When he walked into San Francisco, he had talent. They were surrounded with talent.
So Rich, let me ask you a question. Do you think do you think Los Angeles Chargers, they should be San Diego or Padres, or San Diego or San Jose, they don't need to be in LA, period. Do you see anybody in that division other than Kansas City make the playoffs? Rich.
Chargers, Kansas City, Denver, and no. That's about it.
So you got Kansas City shoe in, and that's it, right?
Yeah, I don't see any other teams.
Okay. In the AFC South, Houston, Jacksonville, the Colts, Tennessee. What do you guys see? Houston, this is his sophomore year now. You know what happened sophomore years with quarterbacks? They had that slump. They have a little slump.
I got Jacksonville winning the division.
I think the Colts, if Richardson can stay healthy, I think they can do something.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Houston wins that division. They have a lot of talent.
They picked up a lot. They did pick up a lot of good talent. Mo, what's your thoughts on that? Anybody other than Houston making the playoffs?
I don't know. Sorry, I was a little bit distracted by the Chargers. I'm sorry. All I can think about is when I think about the Chargers is the powder blue.
All right, so let's move on. AFC North: Baltimore, Cleveland, Pittsburgh, Cincinnati. Cincinnati has the easiest schedule. and 9-8, and but Baltimore, they lost some pieces on defense. We don't know what Deshaun Watson gonna give us, and if we listen to Curry, Pittsburgh got 2 quarterbacks don't equal 1. so who would think gonna win this division? Is it still Baltimore?
I got Pittsburgh.
You got Pittsburgh? Okay.
I got Pittsburgh. I Mike Tomlin, my dude.
Okay. Anybody else got anybody other than Baltimore and Pittsburgh?
I think Cleveland's gonna make it again. They're gonna have a good defense this year. I think Cleveland.
You think Cleveland gonna win the division?
Pretty bad.
Yeah, no, they're not going to win the division. No, I'm sorry. I think Baltimore's going to win the division running away.
That was a Kodak moment. You're like,
they have no offensive line though. Baltimore lost 3 offensive linemen.
Yeah, Cleveland could win that division. I'm gonna go with Cleveland.
Ooh. AFC East. We looking at. I say.
See, Deshaun Watson, when he was playing in Houston, he was under no pressure. He played freely. He could do, kind of what he wanted to do, playing in that dome. He just played himself. But when he got to Cleveland, he had all of this baggage that he brought with him to start with all this stuff going on in his personal life. Then when he gets to the field, he's got this $200 million guaranteed contract. Now he's got pressure on him, and you can see that he has not performed at the level in Cleveland that he did in Houston with a lesser team.
Now they was 5-1 before he got. They was 5-1 before he got hurt, but a lot of the 5-1 games were the defense stepped up on that. So you can't. I'm not giving him all the credit. I think Baltimore wins the division. AFC East. I gotta go with Miami. I think Miami is the team to beat. Buffalo lost way too much. The Jets might be right there. And if the trade does happen for them to get Devontae Adams, that's a feather in their cap. I think that pushes them. They're gonna push Miami for the division. So now we got our division winners. So we're looking at that. So the Chargers, Tennessee, Cincinnati, and New England were all in last place. Which one of those have a better chance of maybe getting a wild card spot? I think Cincinnati and the Chargers. Harbaugh gonna change things around. He's that dude. He's that dude though. Look what he did with San Francisco. You know what I'm saying? So he brought something to the table.
San Francisco was loaded, Kev. Like we have Vernon Davis. We were loaded. Like it.
Who's the coach? Y'all had what's the linebacker from Chicago? Help me. Michael Singletary. When he told Vernon Davis, he said, "Yo, go to the locker room."
Yeah.
He said, go to the locker room.
Yeah.
Can't win with them.
But you know what though, man? If you think about it, you need those type of
need
coaches
winners.
now because these guys think they're prima donnas. You know what I'm saying?
No, you don't.
Agreed, but he was a position coach or a coordinator. He wasn't a head coach. Like, and that's what it was. He had no scheme. He let his guys handle it, and he stayed out of the offense for the most part. You know, it was just a bad fit. But Harbaugh came to this team. We were loaded. Navarro Bowman was already there. Patrick Willis. We were loaded. We just needed a coach.
Yep. Exactly. So in NFC, I got Dallas winning the division, Detroit winning the division. The NFC South is up in the air. Man, the Falcons could be right there though. You know what I'm saying? Ooh, but they gave that man all that money.
Nope. Don't believe the hype.
That's the most. To be honest with you, that's the most questionable. Why is it that the AFC South and the NFC? No, I'm not. I'm sorry. We know Houston should be winning that thing, but the NFC South has been a question mark for a minute, right? Do we get the nod to Tampa or not? They still got the wide receivers. They got to do something with the running game, I think. Carolina can't do nothing but get better. In the NFC West, 49ers, 49ers are still the 49ers. I still think the Rams. I think the Rams can widen that gap a little bit if they could just beat them during the season, not just in the playoffs. I feel a whole lot better. You know what I'm saying? But you never know. I think that the Rams the biggest key to the Rams is how do they how big are they gonna miss Aaron Donald? That's the key to that right there. And then there's also rumors that if they make the playoffs, that he's coming back to play in the playoffs, which this is going to be a new thing going forward with all these players doing this kind of stuff, taking time off and coming back and playing, which I don't agree with because you can come back and help us get a ring, but you couldn't help us chase this ring during the season. Nah, we don't need no part-time players. And I love Aaron Donald. I got his jersey now because he retired. But I still see 49ers winning that. Rams getting the wild card. I see Green Bay getting the wild card. I see Eagles probably getting a wild card in the division. I think the Eagles take a step back. I think Dallas. Well, no, I'm sorry. I think Eagles win the division. Dallas takes a step back because Dallas didn't address the issues they needed to address as far as offseason in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? So we got like what less than 40 days before football starts. Oh, I know that I want to ask you guys because it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, maybe one more. Would you guys like to do a fantasy football league with just us, the group that's here? We probably need one more person though, because 4 of us. Then you got Dana, Curry, and Lou, which gives us 7. So we need one more person. What you guys think about that? Just think that over and let me know what y'all think going forward.
Could just do a point league. Doesn't have to be head to head. We could do a point league.
I'll tell you what. If we do it, then Mo, you can if you don't mind taking charge of that.
We can do that.
All right. So we got about 7 minutes left. We got Lou on the line. Lou, tell me what's going on with any of your teams right now. What makes you feel good? Baseball, basketball, football, soccer, Olympics. What's going on in your sports world that making you giddy?
Baseball right now, the good news is the Yankees are, right in contention. Really think of it with Baltimore. The bad news is they've been in a bad slump, through the last week up to now, and fans are getting, shall we say, antsy right now about the Yankees' lack of success right now. But I think that now once the All-Star game is over and when they get everything here, I think they're gonna be fine. The Mets have been on a roll lately, even though that Philadelphia is running with the division. But you got to admit, the team that's 0-6 and was pretty much like DOA have really stepped up and it's been a very surprising team since the last 6 weeks. And I know a few people now are very happy about that. One of them, I am. Okay. And Jets and Giants pre-camp is around the corner, and it looks interesting and. Hopefully the Jets can move down from their unfortunate mistake from last season after it wasn't such a beautiful day in Mr. Rogers' neighborhood. But I think we got a good lineup and I'm looking forward to the season.
Hey Dana, real quick, Brett Favre is trying to not pay that money back still. Ain't this some? COVID's been over 3 years now, and he's still talking about he shouldn't have to pay that money back. That's crazy. Dana, what's going on in your world, sports
Pay that money back, bro. For me?
Yes, Dana, what's going on in your sports world?
I'm sorry. Yeah, man, I'm just watching everything go down. I'm really not watching until like maybe when training camp start. I hope they really get Kyrie some more money and let's play ball. I know I'm not a Olympic team this year, but I'm cheering for Bernie. Braves gonna be the Braves. Love the Yankees gonna be cool. And I just want to say, y'all play that NCAA 5 niggas week, hit me up. 37. That's my tag.
Okay.
That's what's going on.
Curry, what's going on with you, man? Sports wise, what's going on in your world?
Hey man, I'm excited. I'm most excited about the Dolphins coming up this year. I really, truly feel better about that team this year than I felt about that team in a lot of years. And the reason for that is I like what they've done to add Odell Beckham Jr. to the outside. I think that's going to move Tyreek Hill into the slot, which I think he's a better slot than he is a deep guy. He can run the deep ball, but he's better at the slot than Odell would be. And I'm really excited about the tight end because when they get in the red zone, that's where they have struggled. And they've always tried to throw that little fade route to Tyreek in the corner. He's too short for that. I mean, you have to catch him early in the pattern for him to make a touchdown. But with that big target that they've got, the tight end, and then, like I say, with Odell Beckham there, and then you can do some good things with Tyreek because he's a big motion guy anyway. So I'm really excited about the Dolphins, and I don't care what y'all say about them stinking Jets. Brett Favre, or Aaron Rodgers, or whatever his name is. Stop drinking that Kool-Aid. I'm telling y'all, stop drinking that Kool-Aid.
Okay.
Stay out of the shotgun on the 1 yard line.
Matthew, what's going on in your sports world today?
Man, we're about a month and a half out until college football season starts, and I'm already excited for it. And I'm looking at the schedule to decide which away game I want to go to since we're in the Big Ten now. And I'm debating on either going to New Jersey or Pennsylvania when we play against Penn State. Which those tickets are going for $139, while Rutgers is going for $46. The only difference is the Rutgers game's on a Friday night on Fox. But the nice thing is it's earlier in the season. Yeah, because the Big Ten got to deal with Fox and a few other conferences to do Friday night game.
So you'll be able to party a little bit after the game.
Oh yeah, absolutely. On top of that, if Fox does decide to come to Columbus, which more than likely, you'll more than likely see me in that front row with your Husky sign or something, because you guys have probably seen the post. If not, I've probably been to 3 or 4 Fox shows and 2 ESPN College Game Day shows. One which I was in the front row, like I was the first person in line. And a lot of people don't know this. And I'll explain real quick. So when you're in first line, this is when Ohio State hosted Notre Dame. Top 10 matchup, and I got there at 6 p.m. Friday night. So I got off of work, got home, took a shower, headed down to campus with my Washington flag, and I do not. I was trying to figure out where was this line at. And so I find where the yellow tape's at, so I stand on the yellow tape with the barricade start. We get to 11 midnight, and all these college kids start getting behind me, and I'm like, so is this start the line? And the security guard's like, yeah, this started the line. And these college kids are buying me breakfast and midnight dinner, and we get to 5 in the morning, and then ESPN walks up to me. They're like, "Are you the first one in line?" And I'm like, "Yeah." Well, you just won $1,000 in grand prizes. So they hand me a $500 Home Depot check and a brand new the Home Depot College Game Day Gatorade jug gimmick and a College Game Day hat and all this other stuff and brand new tools and all. And then when they open up the gates for that show, what they do is that first person, they play their alma mater gear that they're wearing. But I was wearing Washington, and we played Kent State that day, and everyone just started saying, "Let's go Washington," because as I was walking up there, and I got to meet with the crew and all that. Now with the Fox shows, me and Reggie Bush, we've had a stare down on live TV. And people didn't really get that at that time, but they understood because USC and Washington. And this past season, was able to get my sign, my big time Michael Penix Jr. on the TV. And I had family members and some people in our group messaging me, "Hey, we see you. Keep blocking them OSU fans for us." And I was. And I actually got a photo with Mark Ingram II.
Let me ask you a question.
Yes.
Man, my eyes are burning right now. When you stood in line, was that really the line to get in, or you just made that line up?
That is the line to get in. So with both shows, ESPN has their own line, so you have to find where that barricade line is, which is 2 metal barricades, one's on the left and one's on the right. But after those 2 little tiny barricades, the line is on its own. Like it can go in L shape, it can be a snake shape, it can even be a basketball card shape. Now with Fox's line, it's first come, first serve. Because if you go to a Fox show, they give out a lot of cash cards. And whoever has the best poster gets like over $1,000. And the second place gets $500. Yes, on a card. And they give out free like gaming consoles and all this other stuff like Wendy's cards, gas station cards.
Let's go, Mo. Let's go, Mo. Let's go.
And it's easy. Like the Fox shows. The Fox shows, I will tell you, I get there at 5:30 in the morning, and I'm the first one. The ESPN shows are harder. The Fox shows, you're easily. If you get there at 5:36 in the morning, you can meet with Urban. You can meet with all these other people like Brady Quinn and Lionheart. And even the celebrity guest picker. Like, because they know me. Like, when Fox posted their 50 days until college football, they got a hold of me. They're like, "Hey, when we come to Columbus, we'll let you know. Because we enjoy that random one, and you're that random one to us."
Okay. Rich, what you got for us?
I'm hoping I'm excited for my Red Sox to hopefully make the playoffs this year. I'll be excited to see that. I'm excited to watch them play. And I'm ready for some Niners football. I'm ready to go. Like we got to get started. I can't wait till preseason. All of that's over, and let's get into this season so we can go get this ring.
Mo.
Man, I am looking forward to the showdown tonight. It's for that Summer League championship, because that's all the Lakers can win. That's the only shot they got. They won that in tournament. Now they're gonna try and win a summer league and try and put them together and say that's as good as a one big championship and try to say they got 18.
Bronny Jr. gets the MVP.
Hey, Bronny, Mr. Triple Single,
Oh
man,
my
Mr. Triple
God.
Single. All right, so
Oh
seriously
my
though,
God.
Steelers football. This is the first year I'm truly believe we have a chance. If Russ plays up to the opportunity that he has and the defense plays the way, if we stay healthy, we got a good chance.
Okay. So the key
And
to
my Yankees
everything
got a chance
is
too.
Man, you Penn
I
State
can
team has a
win. I
chance
can win
too.
all three. We can win all three this year.
the in let me say this, all right. So for me, I've had the Dodgers have won the World Series. The Rams have been to 2 Super Bowls and they won one. And now the Celtics have won a championship. So my championships are my team's been good to me. I can't complain. I can't complain. It's just that one team, well, that two teams that just can't get it over that hump. That's the Penn State Nittany Lions can't win the national championship because they keep losing to Ohio State and Michigan all the time, and my Cleveland Browns.
Man, you
Rich
guys
Rich
got
gave
a
me
good
some
schedule this year.
Rich gave me
Man,
some hope when he said that he think the Browns can win a division. He just lifted up my spirits.
He was
He lifted
shocked,
up my
Rich.
spirits and said I think they can do it. They
He's
got the
just like, really?
defense for it.
Rich?
I was like, really? Are you really? They got the defense, right? Deshaun Watson just got to put it all together. I just seen Nick Chubb bench press 540 pounds
Yes, sir.
weights. So he's
Was it
back.
bench press or the what's it called squatting, right? It was squat, wasn't
Squat,
it?
squat. I'm
Yeah,
sorry, he
on the
squatted.
bendy bench, on the bendy row. Yeah.
Yeah, he squatted that thing. Hopefully he can come back and be healthy, man. And I love that dude, man, because he's so humble. And the thing about it, he's not on social media. He doesn't. He's so humble. That's what I love about that guy, man. I love that about him. He's so humble, and he
He's
takes
an
it in stride.
assassin.
And hopefully he stays healthy this year and he can help them guys get to the next level. But I'm
Wait,
still basking in basketball.
who was your backup running back? What was his name?
Barner? I mean, not Barner.
He came in and killed for y'all.
Ford. Was it Ford?
Ford.
Grown Ford.
Yeah. Okay. And then he's coming back with Chubb. That's crazy. Y'all can win that division.
Yeah, if they can. And the thing about it is, I know they're still talking. They're in the back side of the IU situation because Amari Cooper hasn't signed either. I know Amari Cooper has a contract, but he just ain't coming to camp. He wants to renew his contract. I think by him doing that, that's going to give them opportunity to get rid of him, maybe because he don't want to come back and play. He was pretty much all their offense last year, but again, stay humble and you're gonna get what you're gonna get. Don't do the Antonio Brown thing. Go guys go out and beg him to come back, and he comes back and it doesn't pan out to what it's supposed to pan out to. But
Didn't y'all get Jerry
like I said,
Jeudy?
I'm still basking. I'm still well, Jeudy, that's a big pickup too. I'm still basking in the Boston Celtics winning the NBA title. I'm a bask in that all year long. I mean, to at least September. At least September, I'm a bask in it. And then once I go up there to the game when they get the rings, my baby gonna take me up there to go to that game. Oh my goodness, that's gonna be some fun. But anyway, guys, hey, I appreciate y'all hanging out with me again today. Things are still in the works. This other thing I'm doing, basically what it is gaming commissioning has money set aside to do some things with, and I'm working on doing a show on Thursday with high school football. So that'd be something I would invite you guys to do. Invite you guys to come on and just give me your opinion or something like that. But it's the start of something big if we can get this thing working. So, but I appreciate everybody hanging out with us. Hey, Dana.
Yes, sir.
What year is what day is your birthday on next year?
I think Tuesday.
They laughing at you, Dana. They laughing at you, Dana.
I think my birthday. I know my birthday is on a Sunday, but I celebrated on Monday. That's what you call. That's what y'all.
Yo, see, what did I tell y'all? What did I tell y'all? What did I tell? Oh,
Dana, like, I'm taking the day off from one of them jobs. I can't take it off from FEMA. I'm taking it off from Just Us. I don't get paid for it anyway.
I love Dana to death. I love Dana. Dana's my boy. We go back like 4 flat tires.
Dana, you almost got fired on your day off. We changed your name to Craig. Your new nickname is Craig.
All right, guys. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me again. Whoever was on the live feed, appreciate you guys watching the show. You can always call in. The number is 512-543-4662. It's always at the bottom of the screen down there. Or you can chat with us online as well. Again, if you come in, make sure you bring a friend with you. One is good, but 2 is always better. 3 is lovely, and 4 is humor. All right, guys. Y'all have a good night. God bless y'all. Be safe. And I'll see y'all next month. No, I won't see. Will I see? No, I won't see. Will I see? I don't think I'll see y'all next Monday because I'm on vacation. So we'll probably won't do a show at all next week because I don't get back to Tuesday. So if you guys want to do a show Friday night, that's fine with me. Just let me know. We can make some arrangements, whatever. If not, then you guys enjoy your week off.
You as well. Enjoy your vacation.
All right. I well need this thing.
Thank you for listening to the Just Us Sports Talk Show. You have been entertained in the sports world by K. Dix from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, the small city with a large heart, Dana the Hater Clark from St. Petersburg, Florida, and Murray E. Baskerville from Gotta Be More Careful, Baltimore, Maryland. Remember, we throw stones and we do live in glass houses. Big time players make big time plays and big time games. Stay ready to be ready. You have been listening to an In the Zone Sports Talk Radio production. Remember, you can hear us again on star107fm.com on Saturdays from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Be sure to download the Try99 TV app on any smart device and subscribe to In the Zone Sports Talk Television. The cost is $4.95. Thank you in advance for your support.